Top of the thing that what's up everyone, welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom. This is my max effort lower body workout. I did something I haven't done in a while. Hatfield squats. For anyone that doesn't know, it was invented by George Hatfield or Fred Hatfield. I actually can't remember his name. That's kind of embarrassing. Where you do squats with a safety squat bar, or I guess they would have called it a Hatfield bar back then, where you do not need to support the bar with your hands. And here I'm using band pegs, essentially, but I use them for weight storage. And you just use a tiny bit of assistance with your hands. Sometimes it's a bit more, but I try to use as little assistance as I can. Now, this allows you to work on body positioning. If you are more of an upright squatter, you can use these to squat upright. They can build your ankle mobility, etc. If you're more of a lean forward squatter, you can also work that position. This is actually great for beginners as well, because they don't have to worry about balance. They can just worry about leg strength and actually focus on squatting the weight. What I like about this, it's a great confidence builder. It allows you to get a lot more weight on your back than you might be able to squat normally. And it builds up resilience in your torso by having all this extra weight on your body. So here I just decided to go up to a heavy single 1 rep max. Now that doesn't really look like a 1 rep max, but it didn't look easy at the same time. So I'm going to put that in my records. That's 535 pounds. And next time I do it, try and do a bit more. Maybe I'll do a cluster here and there. Who knows? I have a lot of big plans for that exercise leading up in the next month or two. Now I'm doing Zerchers off pins. Now, I don't need to talk about this exercise. I've talked about it in great length. I made a whole video on why Zerchers are great and why they should be in your program. Check it out. Link will be in the description. But overall, it's great for building deadlift strength without actually having to deadlift, because of the nature of the exercise being off pins, which is a dead stop. You're not getting any rebound. You have to reinitiate 100% of the force to move the weight. And it's great for core strength and all that stuff. Then there's Cossack squats. This is something I'm really working on because I have made it a goal of mine to be able to do some form of split this year. So in order to do the splits, I would need to get a lot comfortable doing an exercise such as this. And then there are other great benefits. If you do it with a heavy enough kettlebell, it's going to work your upper back, works your core. I like doing these sometimes a little bit more rounded forward. It helps make the exercise a little easier, but eventually I would like my torso to be straight as an arrow up and down while my ass almost touches the floor, basically. Then to build up hip strength when doing a lunge, there's 2 types of lunges you can do. You can do a knee dominant lunge or a hip dominant lunge. As you see, the knee angle is not really changing that much, and the weight is not in like a front rack position up top. It's down at the bottom, closer to my hips, which is going to emphasize the hip muscles a lot more than the quadriceps or any of the muscles that connect at the knee. Then I feel like one of the most underdosed areas of core, abdominal strength, torso strength, whatever you want to call it, is doing twisting movements, because once upon a time someone said your spine should always be perfectly straight and it should not bend or twist or do any of that, and that's wrong. You should be doing those movements, but with manageable weight. You're not trying to 1 rep max or Russian twist. That's ridiculous. And just to finish off my workout, the power pole is such a great posterior chain builder. Builds up the deadlift, builds up the glutes, builds up all the posterior chain muscles, lower back, hamstring, your calves even, upper back. It's just a great harness. Check it out. It's made by Lexan Ironworks. That's all for this workout today. Have yourself a great day, ladies and gentlemen.